I'm here at Scarefest 14 and I'm here with Brian Beamer from the movie Pumpkinhead.
Hey guys.
How are you doing today at this con?
I'm doing great, Steven. This is so much fun to be able to meet the people that actually watch the movies. Because you know, when you make a movie, you have an invisible audience. You don't ever see them. Like when you do a play, there's an audience, right? But with a movie, there's no audience. And here, I get to meet the audience. And it's the first time I've ever been able to do that. So I am thrilled. I'm humbled and honored to be here, man.
So how did you get involved in acting?
Well, when I was in high school, I got involved in the theater department, like a lot of us did. And I kind of found my tribe, you know what I mean? And that's just where I fit in. I was really good at it. I felt like I was good at it. You always get better and better if you keep practicing something. And then I got a scholarship to Pepperdine University, and that took me to California. And that's where I started making movies and TV shows. So that's the short answer to a long story.
So was Pumpkinhead more or less your first feature film?
It was my very first feature film.
So how big of a part do you actually have in the movie?
Oh, it's pretty big. I take Lance to see the witch.
You're him, right?
That's me. My character's name is Bunt Wallace. And he kind of sets all the events in motion in the movie, because he actually takes Lance to see the witch, who summons the demon to take revenge for the guy that killed his son.
You actually still kind of look the same.
Thank you.
I mean,
it's been a long time, but thank you. I appreciate it.
But so, are you a horror fan yourself? Or?
Very much.
So you are.
Oh yeah.
So what's your
like
favorite?
All these guys, you know, I grew up watching horror movies in my basement with my best friends. You know. Yeah, my favorite. I have a lot of favorites. I love The Exorcist. I love the original Halloween. I watch it every Halloween. I watch that and Pumpkinhead with my family every Halloween.
I have the movie Pumpkinhead.
Oh, you do?
I've got the DVD. I've got the collector's edition box set to it.
Very cool. Very cool.
I like Pumpkinhead. I think it's a really cool horror movie.
It stood the test of time.
It's not a movie that they talk about a lot. I think they should talk about it more.
No, you're right. Like, people are finding it's so funny. All these years later, people are finding it, and a lot of my movies people are finding now, which blows my mind because it's crazy.
So, are you in any other movies?
Yes, I'm in Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 with Mickey Rooney. I played a killer in that. I'm in Society, Brian Yelson's Society. I play one of the monsters in that. I recently did a movie with Rainn Wilson and Patricia Arquette called Permanent. You can find that. It's very easy. That's not a horror movie. And then I was in a TV show recently called Rectify that you can still find on streaming. Those are my most recent ones. Mainly what I do now, Steven, is I'm a voice actor. So I do a lot of commercial voiceovers, and I'm the voice of Mr. Peanut. You know Mr. Peanut? The
yeah.
Peanut? I'm the voice of Mr. Peanut this year.
That's pretty awesome.
It's very cool. And I'm a working actor. I audition every single day. I audition a lot more than I book. That's how it goes. But I'm fortunate. I am in the place where I can book some really fun, good stuff. So you have to work really hard at it. And really your whole career, even if you get famous, you have to work really hard to stay in the game. You know, it's a tough business. But we do it for the art, and we do it because we love the people that watch the movies. So, but you have to love it to stick with it, because there's a lot of rejection in our business. A lot.
I would love to be able to do what you do. Like, I mean, I wouldn't care if I even had a big part in a movie, just as long as if I was in the movie.
You'd be a great character actor.
Right, because
you're very real and you're real interesting. Yeah,
right.
You'd be cool, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. Do you? I've got a couple more questions for you, if you don't mind. Do you have a favorite scene in Pumpkinhead that you
I have
like?
Several, yeah. I love the scenes that I did with Lance, but my favorite scenes are not actually my scenes. I love the scene where he comes back to the store and he realizes something's wrong, and he looks out over the field, and this is after his son has died, and he takes a beat, Lance, he takes a beat, and then he runs, and the camera tracks behind him as he runs the whole way through the field to find his dead son. I love that scene. I think it's beautiful. It makes me cry every time. I love the scenes with Haggis, the witch. She's my favorite character. Yeah, she's my favorite character, and I have a lot of favorite scenes. I actually really love this scene where I take him to see the witch.
That's really awesome.
That's
Do you
really cool scene.
Did you see this character in general in the movie?
Yes, all the time.
Was you scared of it or not?
No, you know, when you're there, it's fun and it's funny. And
so was it a dude in a costume or
yes,
what?
Tom Woodruff is in a giant costume that Stan Winston built. And there were actually there were 2 or 3 bodies because one burns at the end, right? So they had to have several different of the huge bodies, and there were 6 or 7 heads because as the movie progresses, Pumpkinhead begins to look more and more like Lance, right? So it goes from this to a face that looks more like Lance's face. So all those heads would sit in the special effects trailer, and I used to go in there and look at them all, and it was amazing. And back then, they were practical effects, right?
Right.
So they were carved, and this is artistry.
Right.
There were no digital effects, so it was all practical and real. So the monster is there with us, and that really made it fun. I mean, it really made it like we were in this world. You know, it wasn't a green screen, no green screen.
Does it ever surprise you with all the fans that you meet at these cons over the years? Does it ever surprise you that people keep coming back talking about this movie?
Well, I tell you, this is only my 3rd show. I just started doing conventions, and I am amazed.
So you're hooked.
I am. You know, a lot
It's
of
like an addiction. It's like people keep coming back wanting more and more love.
And you know, that you said the right word, love.
Right.
And the fans bring a lot of love for us. What they don't realize is it gives us so much joy. You know, we give them joy, but we get so much more back in return just by being able to talk to people who actually like the movies and have seen the movies and they're excited about it. It's overwhelming. I mean, it's just mind-boggling.
Can I ask one more question?
May.
What kind of advice would you give an aspiring young actor if they wanted to get into this business? What
Absolutely. If you have no experience at all, very first thing, take a class.
Take what?
Take a class. Get into an on-camera acting class. Make sure it's something that you want to do, that you love, and that you're good at, and you have to continually be in class to get better and better and better. The best actors are always training because you grow. You know, that's the first step. Don't worry about getting an agent. Don't worry about representation. First, make sure you're at the top of your game with your craft and that you love it and that you're working on what you do. The rest will fall naturally if you're talented, and not just talented, but you stick with it, right? And don't go home. And just stick with it. If it is your heart's desire and you love it, you'll learn to be good at it. That's the very first step. Take a class. You might take the class and go, "Ooh, I thought I'd like this, but I don't like this at all." You know, and you've really got to know that first. And
right.
Then the rest will fall into place. The business comes after the talent, but the business is a big part of it.
Right.
But you'll learn.
So are you having fun at Scarefest today?
I am having the best time. I'm tired because you don't get a lot of sleep at these. Running on adrenaline for sure, but I'm over the moon. Meeting people like you.
Well, it was really nice meeting you
It's
from
nice to meet you,
the movie Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a rest of your day.
Thank you, Stephen. It was great meeting you.